Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And going into the 2023 Franchise League, one of the key questions is around Sentinels. How is their communication going to be? Are they going to be able to stack up to the other best teams in the Americas region? TenZ reckons there's no issues at all, but also reckons that Sage now with the new update is kind of irrelevant for what she used to be able to do. Very much enjoy your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for that one. Plenty to dive into. Firstly, this from Stella, 100 Thieves and Co. now in Manchester for the Red Bull Homegrounds tournament this weekend. Wanted to mention though, this is the format of the tournament. Finally was kind of confirmed and talked about yesterday. So these are the groups if you guys are familiar. For esports, Heretics, 100T, Liquid in Group B, Vitality, Focus, Crew and Cloud9 in Group A. So we're finally going to get a chance to see some of the top teams, especially, you know, the likes of Vitality, Cloud9, 100T, Liquid, even Heretics, right, compete on this level. Now, the tournament begins tomorrow and concludes on Sunday, so quite a lot to fit into a relatively small space of time. Now, in other events and other esports, you can get away with doing the group play on the Friday and then just kind of doing the bracket on Saturday, Sunday. Not really too much of a big deal. But in Valorant or in Counter-Strike or in a game where the maps take a bit longer, to do best of threes, and a lot of them at that, on one day, is quite the strenuous, turn of events. So this is a UK time, of course, but let's just take Group B here as an example. So Team Liquid are playing at 1 PM, a best of 3 up against Foot Esports. Then they play again at half 3 PM up against 100 Thieves, and then a few hours later they then again play Heretics to finish out the day. So the teams are playing 3 best of 3s on a single day within about an 8-hour window, which is that is pretty tough on the players, to be honest. Like, 1 best of 3 in a day is not really immense, but 2 best of 3s in a day is quite a lot, especially with no break really. I mean, there'll be no practice, there'll be no prep time. Like, you just go in and play your game and try and actually survive. Like, that's a lot of Valorant to play in one go, to be honest. Like, okay, it's doable. It's not regular sports, right? They're not going to get tired physically like you do in normal sports, but still, it's quite a lot to play. And also, I do wonder if there's going to be delays here, right? Because there's only 2.5 hours between 1 PM and 3:30 PM. So, let's say this series goes 3 maps to the distance, like, that is going to overrun. I mean, potentially Liquid will go straight from one match straight into the next match, unless there's going to be a delay or what they're going to do exactly. So I guess there's going to be 2 broadcasts here and 2 streams, but still, it's quite a stretch really to make this happen, especially with no delays. And also the players are going to probably be playing Valorant straight up for like 9 hours in a row if the series go to 3 maps. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that because it's going to be good, I guess, for the viewers, but it's going to be tough for the teams. And by the time we get to the final match of the day, you might see some interesting results because teams are going to be getting tired. It's a serious test of endurance, it seems, this group play. And of course, well, you need to be top 3 in the group, I guess, to get out into the playoffs and all this type of stuff. This real quick from Randy Savage, signed a contract. I only wanted to mention it just because when I read Randy Savage, I actually read Sandy Ravage. So like, I guess this guy is lame. He's got a name like that. He's got to be pretty good. Speaking of announcements as well, EU and the other guys that are, well, they have not been particularly, let's just say inconspicuous on which team they're going to be joining for next season. So it's today at 1 PM Eastern time, in a few hours time, about 6 hours from when this video goes live, when we get to find out which organization EU and the guys are going to be joining for next season. This from G2 as well, I thought was kind of spicy because they're ticking down to their announcement for their team, ShahZaM and Co. ShahZaM, dapr, Whippy, Penny, and Oxy, we believe, right? Now, I don't exactly know what this announcement is meant to mean, just because, if you guys can decipher this in the comment section below, I was trying to figure out what's going on here. We've got 3 different watches on the wrist. I don't even know what watch this is actually meant to be imitating here. One of them is red, and I was like, red, maybe Sentinels, maybe ShahZaM, I don't know what's happening. So, yeah, just try and decipher that one in the comments below, I guess. Maybe you guys have seen this image before and know actually what this is meant to mean, but yeah, I don't know. We know what their roster is anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much at the end of the day. This was funny though from Zombs, in fairness, because the Sentinels versus G2 drama was pretty big for some time, and now it seems like G2 are going to be buying out effectively former Sentinels players. Dapr and ShahZaM are probably going to be there, and Zombs, still going to be on Sentinels, is going to talk his trash where he can. My watch collection is worth more than your organization, which is probably not true, but I do wonder, like, if you guys are watch guys in the comments below, like, I would be interested to know how much you think Zombs' watch collection is actually worth, because I've seen a lot of his watches, and it's gotta be like easily in excess of $500,000 he's got in watches. Like, he's got 4 APs here, a couple of Royal Oaks. Like, these, I don't know how much these are worth. They might be worth 80k, they might be worth more, but these are not cheap watches. And I even found this tweet from Zombs, which is a Richard Mill, which and this, like, I tried to look it up, this is probably worth about 150, 200k, maybe more. Like, I mean, it kind of looks like a kid's watch, but the Richard builds are like seriously expensive watches. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that quite adds up to more than what G2 is worth, but I'm just saying that Zombs is not messing around when he actually talks about his watch collection. Quick note here actually on EG, because we expect to see over the coming days their full announcement of their, 9th, 10th man, 8th man as well on their roster. But, well, Apoth is actually apparently been cloned. What's going on? But there's 2 EG Apoths, so maybe that's their key for their 8th man that might be announced relatively soon. But let's talk about the Sentinel stuff. So TenZ was asked on stream, what's going on with the Sen roster? How's it looking? Is it going to fall apart? Is Pancada sassy? How's the communication? And he reckons, yeah, no problem at all. No concerns from his side. And yeah, he's very confident in what they've seen so far.
You ever played Subnautica? I would not play Subnautica because I'm terrified of water. Like, the ocean is a no for me.
But do you feel good about Sen right now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool, because I know like a ton of people are like speculating like a lot of things.
You're actually the first person to ask me that.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you have done if he said terrible?
Yeah, I should have just said that like as a joke.
They flashed and darted over
Like, it was awful. Our first scrim went horrible.
But only reason I'm asking is because like a ton of people are saying it's gonna be difficult because like there's a language barrier. But is there like actually?
No, I don't
do
think
they
so.
speak English? Like,
Yeah.
no? Oh, all right. Everyone's just freaking rumors, man.
So right here. Boop. This heal is so now for Sage. Holy that is so oh my god. Okay, Sage is no longer that self-sufficient. Before you could heal yourself, like if you took like if you were damaged to like 40 HP, I'm pretty sure you could heal yourself to full. Now it's like if you're 10 HP, you heal yourself to 40, like you're still one hit. 100 for teammates, yeah. So Sage can be played more for like the team and stuff. What else?
This is, of course, a key discussion and a big talking point, right? The Pancada, currently, well, as of October, was silver in Duolingo. By the time they really get ready to go, I don't know if the Sentinels guys are really scrimming yet on a regular basis or getting much practice in. They probably don't feel like they, they need to, especially before the patch update, right? Like, everyone knew, really, that Chamber was going to get nerfed at some point. There was going to be some changes after the World Championship. That has now happened. So probably now is about the right time for these teams to start practicing again, especially for the teams in Tier 1. That, their matches start in February, mid-February, right? So they've got, about 2.5 months until their matches start, but you've got to start up at some point. And yeah, the communication issues potentially has been the key concern for this team. It's not necessarily about speaking perfect or, perfectly reasonable English, but it's also about the small talk, right? Like, let's say you want to tell, your teammate to do X, Y, Z, or to support me on this push, or he's in this specific spot, and just that small talk, right? It's not necessarily speaking English from a normal conversational perspective, but the small talk that's required for high-level communication is where it can be a little bit tricky for non-first language speakers of whatever language the team decides to communicate in. So, TenZ reckons no issue. He also talked about Sage there, right? Because, yeah, I don't know about the whole meta situation right now, but Sage, I didn't even realize the healing was that slow, to be honest. Obviously, it goes up by 30 health an hour. It's an interesting change because it's not a change that anyone asked for. Now, you can now heal your teammates with Sage up to 100 health, which is a really big deal. So, I guess that's how they want Sage to be used, but there's no like what do they call it, battle Sage or whatever. Like, you can't really do that so much nowadays because you can't heal yourself in anywhere near the same way as you used to be able to before. So yeah, I don't know, it seems like a nerf to me in a way, but it's also, if you use Sage properly, maybe a buff because you can help your teammates out more than you could before. But yeah, TenZ does not seem overly happy with it. Again, it's a change that no one even requested, really. Like, who thought Sage was overpowered or underpowered? Probably no one, really. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of right doing righto things. Given we were talking about dapr and the G2 guys earlier, as he says here, best Cypher NA gonna stream later, all the copycats can have a day off. So yeah, dapr, the Cypher potentially back in the game, with Chamber getting less viable with the recent updates. Probably Cypher on the Sentinel is now going to be a more viable option for plenty of teams. And well, we'll see how this goes, because G2 dapr, we imagine it's going to be announced in just a few days time, based on the tweet we saw slightly earlier on in the video. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting the like button tells you YouTube gods. It's a good video, and I was like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thank you for watching as always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.